Let us now look at the distinct clause, which allows me to remove duplicate rows. So let's say that I wanted to examine the class column in my data. So I could simply select it and check out the results. So what if I simply wanted to see all the unique types of class that I have in my data? This is where distinct comes in handy. If I write distinct here, I will see that there are only 4 unique classes in my data. Now, what if I was interested in the combinations between class and guild in my data? So let me remove the distinct from now and add guild here. And for us to better understand the results, I'm going to add an ordering. And here are the combinations of class and guild in my data. There is a character who is an archer and belongs to Gondor, and there are actually 2 characters who are archers and belong to Mirkwood, and there are many hobbits from Shirefolk, and so on. But again, what if I was interested in the unique combinations of class and guild in my data? I could add the distinct keyword here. And as you can see, there are no more repetitions here. Archer and Mirkwood occurs only once. Hobbit and Shirefolk occurs only once because I'm only looking at unique combinations. And of course, I could go on and add more columns and expand the results to show the unique combinations between these columns. So here Hobbit and Shirefolk has expanded again because some hobbits are alive and others unfortunately are not. At the limit, I could have a star here, and what I would get back is actually my whole data, all the 15 rows, because what we're doing here is looking at rows that have the same value on all columns, rows that are complete duplicates, and there are no such rows in the data. So when I do select star, in this case, distinct has no effect. So in short, how distinct works, it looks at the columns that you've selected, only those which you have selected, and then it looks at all the rows, and 2 rows are duplicate if they have the exact same values on every column that you have selected. And then duplicate rows are removed, and only unique values are preserved. So just like the where filter, the distinct is a clause that removes certain rows, but it is more strict and less flexible in a sense. It only does one job, and that job is to remove duplicate rows based on your selection. And if we look at our map of SQL operations, we can place distinct. It occurs right after select, right? And this makes sense because we have seen that distinct works only on the columns that you have selected. And so it has to wait for select to choose the columns that we're interested in, and then we can deduplicate based on those.